Hey, Wrong World Entertainment, and Noah Hawley has given a bit of an update on his upcoming FX Alien series. In particular, how much Ridley Scott is involved. And let's have fingers crossed that is not much involvement, because we know what Ridley Scott's all about when it comes to the Alien franchise nowadays. But let's have a look at this. He also gives a bit of an interesting statement about why he walked away from doing the Star Trek movie. So, after what's proven to be some incredible work on TV shows like Fargo and Legion, there's understandably a massive amount of excitement surrounding Noah Hawley's plans for an Alien TV series on FX. Very little has been revealed about the project, though shooting has started shortly before the Hollywood strikes brought work to a halt. That's interesting because they were actually filming in Thailand, so I don't know why the strikes would have affected that. Now, as you can see, it doesn't mention whether that was the writer strikes or the actor strikes, or both. From what we were hearing, they were still working through the writer strike, so clearly it must have been the actor strike, which would have probably been more of a solidarity thing with the actors, because I'm pretty sure none of the actors involved in this show would be big parts of those unions. Also, the fact that they were filming in Thailand, it shouldn't have affected it. But we'll continue. So, serving as a prequel to Ridley Scott's classic 79 movie, it will move the action to Earth and is still expected to feature plenty of xenomorph action, which makes no sense if it's a prequel. How are the xenomorphs on Earth? Talking to the Hollywood Reporter, Hawley explained why joining Alien franchise appealed to him more than making Star Trek 4, another sci-fi project he was attached to for a short time. And here's what he says. So, when you find the right partner and they ask, do you want to do Alien, which is a hugely valuable franchise to this company, it's, do you want to do your version of Alien? It's a very different conversation. What I found with Star Trek was I got onto the runway and then there was a managerial changeover. In retrospect, it's not that they killed the movie. It's that I got as far as I did with a wholly original idea until someone said, well, wait a minute. What are we doing with this valuable IP? Just giving it to him to make up a story. It's not how corporate filmmaking works. So, if the call came in to do a big franchise film again, it would have to come with a sense of, we want you to do your version of it. Asked what the biggest challenge of making his version of Alien has been, Hawley explained that a series of different regimes was the main hurdle to overcome. As for Ridley Scott's involvement with the project, it sounds like plenty of conversations have taken place, only for those to be the extent of the filmmaker's input. Uh-oh. And Hawley says, I mean, are the Coens involved in Fargo? Let's just say I've probably had more conversations with Ridley than I've had with Joel and Ethan. Scott Free Productions is producing Alien, and Ridley is making 2 or 3 movies a year, is basically how it's working. I mean, Ridley had been an amazing collaborator to the degree that I can pick his brain about all his thoughts, processes, decisions, and the things that he's learned. And I try to keep him in the loop and send him material so that he feels respected and included. But also, he's doing his thing. The input from Ridley Scott is not really what you want to hear, because he doesn't particularly care about the xenomorphs anymore. It's well established that he said the beast is dead, no one's interested anymore, and his entire focus for the franchise was, hey, let's do androids and stuff. And that is seemingly what the main story for this series is. Now, we're not with Yutani in this one, Weyland Yutani, were with a new company called Prodigy. And the idea is that they were making synthetics. And the main character, this is the only part I can't remember. It's either his brother died, I think it's his brother dies, but his consciousness is put into a synthetic body, an android, but the body is female. Or it's reversed. I'm pretty sure that it's his brother that dies and his memories and knowledge and all that is uploaded into a female synthetic body. And he has to come to terms with this being resurrected, basically, but also being resurrected in a female body. Because current day Hollywood, I suppose. All of that stuff sounds terrible. Parts of it sound interesting when you think about the consequences of this, you dying and all of a sudden you're back. But not just are you back, you're back in a completely different body. There's psychological elements of that could be interesting, but it's just the idea of more synthetic android stuff being forefront for the Alien franchise. It really doesn't kind of get your juices flowing for this show. And also, it makes no sense that there's xenomorphs on Earth in a prequel to the original film, because the one thing the original movies established was that the xenomorphs were never on Earth. They never made it to Earth. Somehow, the corporation seems to know about the life form. I don't think they quite knew what it was or where it was. They just knew something was out there. That is one of the arguments people keep making, that, the Weyland-Yutani, the corporation, knew about the alien. That's why they sent the ship to the planet to retrieve one of them. That's not really the case, because they say it in the movie, like, they were, part of their protocol was always that if they picked up signals like that, they have to investigate, because money would be involved. We're picking up something that's extraterrestrial. Imagine the money we could get from this. I think that's where it originally was going. Not that the company always knew about the xenomorph. But we'll have to see how this show works, of course. Like the upcoming movie Romulus, it is a Disney production. But if Disney leave them alone like they did with Prey, I think we could get something interesting and good. I don't see Alien being a TV series. I think that might dilute it a bit. Kind of like what they're doing with Star Wars. Like how diluted it's got now, because it's just become a TV series. It's no longer this big event on the big screen. But we'll wait and see what comes of this. Ridley Scott's input, good. Help us all. But anyway, what can we do? We'll just wait and see. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And cheers. And I'll catch you in the next one.